Welcome back to the Jazz Pursuit. In this video, we're going to look at the renowned jazz standard Autumn Leaves, written by Joseph Kosma in 1945. Before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with new content and releases. Enjoy! First, let's look at the key bits of information. Autumn Leaves can be played as a medium swing or as a ballad, but it's usually in 4/4 and in the key of G minor. The form is 32 bars long, split into an AABC structure, and each section lasts 8 bars. We have the A section, which we then repeat, then the B section, ending with the C section. Before we dive into the tune, we first need to understand the terms relative major and relative minor. Every major key has a relative minor, a minor key that has the same key signature and is made up of the same notes. The relative minor is a minor third or 3 semitones lower than our major key. For example, the relative minor of C major is down 3 semitones, A minor. So A minor has the same key signature and notes as C major, only starting on an A. Let's do another example. If we're in the key of A major, our relative minor is down 3 semitones, F sharp minor. So F sharp minor has the same key signature and notes as A major. The opposite is also true. If we're in a minor key, the relative major is a minor third or 3 semitones higher. So if we're in A minor, our relative major is up 3 semitones, C major. Or if we're in F sharp minor, our relative major is up 3 semitones, A major. Or if, like Autumn Leaves, we're in G minor, the relative major is up 3 semitones, B flat major. Now we understand relative major and relative minors, let's get stuck into the tune and have a look at the harmony in the A section. The A section begins with a 2-5-1 to the relative major, which, as we just worked out, is up 3 semitones, B flat major. So our 2 chord is C minor 7, our 5 chord is F7, and our 1 chord is B flat major 7. Then we have a minor 2-5-1 back home to G minor. The 2 chord is A half diminished, the 5 chord is D7, and the 1 chord is G minor 7. For a quick overview of major and minor 2-5-1s, check out the videos linked above. So, let's hear our A section. For now, we're just going to use a simple 1-3-5-7 voicing in root position for each chord. We start with a 2-5-1 to the relative major, B flat major. C minor 7 is chord 2, F7 is chord 5, and B flat major 7 is chord 1. Then we have a minor 2-5-1 home to G minor. A half diminished is chord 2, D7 is chord 5, and G minor 7 is chord 1. Super! That's the harmony of the A section done. Now let's take a look at the melody. It consists of 4 phrases, all of which are a sequence of the first phrase, but within our G minor scale. Remember, our natural G minor scale is the same as our B flat major scale, only starting on a G, so it sounds like this. So, the first phrase is a pickup into the A section, starting on beat 2, with the first, second and third from our G minor scale, G, A, B flat. Then it jumps up a fourth to E flat, the third on our C minor 7 chord. The next phrase copies this same movement, only each note is down a note within our G minor scale. So our first phrase began on a G, meaning our next phrase begins on an F. Then it rises 3 notes within our G minor scale, F, G, A, before jumping up a fourth, D, which is the third of our B flat major 7 chord. Our next phrase is another sequence, again a scale note lower. The last phrase began on an F, so our starting note for this phrase is E flat. Then we rise 3 notes within our G minor scale, E flat, F, G, before jumping up a fourth to a C, which is the third on our A half diminished chord. The final phrase of the A section starts the same way, beginning a scale note lower than our previous phrase, D, but it doesn't rise 3 notes within our G minor scale. It instead rises 3 notes within our D7 chord, D, E, F sharp, before jumping up to the third of our G minor 7 chord, B flat. So our A section melody is made up of 4 phrases, which are a sequence within our G minor scale. They start by rising 3 notes within the scale before jumping up a fourth to the third of the chord we land on, apart from the final phrase, which moves up 3 notes within our D7 chord before jumping up to the third of our final chord, G minor 7. Let's hear how our A section sounds, with the melody in our right hand and the root and seventh of each chord in our left hand. Super! We then repeat the A section for the second A, but we have a second time ending. The first 3 phrases are identical, but in our final phrase, we fall to the root of our G minor 7 chord, making our A section feel more complete. Now, let's take a look at the harmony in the B section. In our A section, we had a 2-5-1 to the relative major, B flat, and then a minor 2-5-1 back home to G minor. In the B section, we do the opposite of this. We start with a minor 2-5-1 home to G minor, A half diminished is our 2 chord, D7 is our 5 chord, and G minor 7 is our 1 chord. And then we have a 2-5-1 to the relative major, B flat major. C minor 7 is the 2 chord, F7 is the 5 chord, and B flat major 7 is the 1 chord. Before we hear how that sounds, let's have a quick look at the harmony in the C section. The C section simply consists of 2 minor 2-5-1s back home to G minor. A half diminished is chord 2, D7 is chord 5, and G minor 7 is chord 1, where we stay for 2 bars, then repeat the same 2-5-1, A half diminished to D7 to G minor 7. So, to summarise the harmony in Autumn Leaves, in the A section we have a 2-5-1 to the relative major, followed by a minor 2-5-1 home to G minor. We then repeat this. Then we have a B section, which is the opposite, a minor 2-5-1 home to G minor, then a 2-5-1 to the relative major, B flat major. Then we have the C section, which is made up of 2 minor 2-5-1s back home to G minor. Let's hear how all that sounds. This time, rather than our 1-3-5-7 voicing, I'm going to open up the voicing and have the root and 7th in my left hand and the 3rd in my right hand. Great, that's all the harmony dealt with. Now let's continue with the melody. We already looked at the melody for the A section, made up of 4 phrases in a sequence. So let's dive in to the B section. The B section is built around a rising melody line that ascends every 2 bars through the G minor scale. We start with an A, the root, on our A half diminished chord, and stay here on our D7 chord. Then we rise a note on our G minor 7 chord to B flat, the 3rd. Then we rise another note to a C on our C minor 7 chord, the root, and again stay here on the F7 chord, ending by rising another note to a D on our B flat major 7 chord, the 3rd. Here's how that sounds in time. The melody line is then embellished to create the melody, usually by falling a scale note and then rising 2 notes in the scale. This is exactly how the B section begins. Our second time ending from the A section ended on a G, then we fall a semitone to an F sharp before rising 2 notes to the A on our A half diminished. Then, on our D7 chord, we fall a scale note to a G before rising 2 notes to the B flat on our G minor 7 chord. We then copy this movement again on our G minor 7 chord. We fall a scale note to an A before rising up 2 notes to a C on the C minor 7 chord. And in the final phrase of the B section, we reverse this movement, similar to the second time bar of the A section. Rather than rising 2 notes, we instead fall, making it feel like the end of the section. We fall to an F, the root on our F7 chord, and then jump up an octave before falling 2 notes within our scale to the third on our B flat major 7 chord, D. Here's how our B section sounds in time, with the root and 7th of each chord in my left hand and the melody in my right hand. Now, let's finish off by looking at the melody in the C section. We end the B section on a D, then we use that as a semitone pivot note. We start on the D, then fall a semitone, then back to the D, and then rise a semitone to an E flat, the flat 5 on our A half diminished chord. From here, it's plain sailing. We fall down through our A half diminished chord, from the flat 5 E flat to the third C to the root A, before going back to the E flat and falling a semitone to a D on the G minor 7 chord. Our final phrase starts on a C, the third of our A half diminished chord, and walks down the scale to an A, the 5th on our D7 chord, finishing with a second inversion G minor triad, B flat to D to G. That was a lot of information, so let's hear our C section melody with the root and 7th of each chord in our left hand and the melody in our right hand. Great, that's the majority of the tune learnt. However, there are a couple more chords and bits of harmony we can discuss. We looked at the cycle of force within a key in our Fly Me to the Moon video, and it's in Autumn Leaves too. Here are our notes in our G minor scale. And now here they are arranged in fourths, rising a fourth between each note. The next step, like in Fly Me to the Moon, is to build these chords using the notes from our G minor scale. So, for example, our 1, 3, 5, 7 starting on G will be G, B flat, D, F. This is G minor 7. Or our 1, 3, 5, 7 starting on C will be C, E flat, G, B flat. This is C minor 7. If we continue the same process, the rest of the chords would look like this. We have tweaked our D chord to D7 rather than D minor 7, but everything else is just how we expected. In here, we can see the Autumn Leaves progression. C minor 7 to F7 to B flat major 7, then A half diminished to D7 to G minor 7, and the chord that joins together B flat major and A half diminished is E flat major 7, so we can put this into our tune. It goes in the 4th bar of our A section and the 8th bar of the B section. Let's hear our A section now with the E flat major 7 addition. The final bit of harmony left to discuss is the 3rd and 4th bar of the C section. Rather than staying on G minor 7 for 2 bars, we want to keep the harmony moving to propel us towards the final cadence. It's best to explain this by working backwards. To get to A half diminished in the 5th bar, we put a 5 chord in front of it. This is E7. Then to get from G minor 7 in the 3rd bar to E7 in the 4th bar, we just slip down in semitones, alternating between minor 7 and dominant 7 chords. G minor 7 to G flat 7, then F minor 7 to E7, which takes us to our A half diminished chord. This is known as a tritone substitution, which we'll look at in more detail in the next video. Let's hear how the harmony now sounds in the C section with these added chords. I'll keep the root and 7th in my left hand and 3rd in my right hand. So, that's everything covered. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you haven't already, do like and subscribe and leave any questions you may have in the comments section below. Happy practicing!